Hi guys. So I am going to be doing my Friday reads. Expect a April wrap up sometime this weekend, as well as May TBR. Even though I've officially started reading in May, I guess, as most of us have. I finished two books this week. The first of which you might have seen in my Tuesday review video. That's Swamplandia by Karen Russell. I didn't point this out before, but look how cool that gator is. Um, it's part of why I picked this book up, which I know is a little bit silly. But it follows a family of alligator wrestlers called the Big Trees while they are kind of adjusting to a world that no longer wants to watch them wrestle. And a world that's radically changed by their matriarch's death. It was pretty good. There were parts that I wish had been more fully fleshed out, and some things that I just kind of didn't necessarily like how Russell handled. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, and I'm thinking I'm going to look into some of her other works because I liked the parts that I liked, I really liked. But there were just some parts I just couldn't get over. So I'll link that below. The other book I finished was The Amazing Adventures of Kavalier and Clay by Michael Chabon. And wow. First of all, this is a hefty book. It weighs something like probably like 5 pounds. It's heavy. And it's about 700 pages. It follows Joe Kavalier, who is a Czech refugee during the World Wars, and his cousin Sam Clayman. And it shows their kind of journey throughout the wars, and all along they are working towards this goal of becoming like the biggest comic book writers that they can possibly be. They published this book essentially about a Houdini-like character called the Escapist. And it follows the cousins while they are... It follows them throughout their lives, but more specifically around the World Wars when they're in their 20s and 30s. And showing the struggles and the sacrifices that they have to keep their family together and to cope with, their families overseas being, ravaged by war and feeling kind of incapable of helping them. It's really a very different take than most World War II novels, right? Which show you, like, we are in the trenches and here's the terrible things that are happening to us. And it, I think, shows a very clear sense of desolation at home, right? Like, people just feel helpless. It was really beautifully written. It has a very bittersweet ending. I'm going to give this one probably a 4 out of 5. I haven't really decided how I feel about the ending, and that's preventing me from giving it a higher score. If you've read this, let me know what you thought about it, because I'm unsure. Like, I know I enjoyed reading it. It's really dense, and I liked that about it. But I'm not sure how I feel yet. But for the rest of this weekend, I'm going to be trying to knock my way through the Ophelia Prophecy, which is, it's about 2 kids in this kind of future world. It's supposed to be a little bit of a Romeo and Juliet type story. I don't necessarily always like those, but it's about a girl who's an archivist, it's about a girl who is an archivist, and this guy who is I guess a guard for the world that they are living in, and they kind of wake up and don't know what's happened to them. So we'll see. I'm also hoping to get through Red Seas Under Red Skies. This is the second book in the Gentleman Bastards series, which is Scott Lynch's work. If you've heard of The Lies of Locke Lamora, it's part of a 3-book series, and this is the second one. So that's what I'm going to be working on for this weekend, and I'll let you know a little bit more about my TBR, like I said. I'll be posting a video sometime this weekend. I'm all alone, so I have all of the time to film. We'll see how much I do, but I have all the time. If you aren't hearing from me, it's because I've fallen under my TBR and I can't get out. It's like a book-alanche. That's like an avalanche, but without snow. All right, bye.